Why are you following me?
We were only here.
Why are you following us?
Aperitif.
You'll find that handy in a pinch.
The difference between life and death.
What was that?
Surprising.
Surprising that it worked?
Surprising that it didn't kill him.
But a magnetic repulsive field around one's body can come in handy.
If it doesn't kill you.
A fair point.
Father Comstock called on me today to write his biograph. Me. The man pays for exactly 100 pages in advance. Now, I'm half a Jew when I smell silver, so I say, Father, your flock would pay for 1,000. You know, why settle for less? And then the prophet looks to me and says, 100 will suffice, as I know how it ends.
What's up, guys? This is the one who knocks, Taco Algorithm, coming to you with episode 3 of my Bioshock Infinite playthrough. We are still, of course, in control of Booker, and we are just now kind of navigating using our skyhook for the first time. As you remember last episode, he could still be okay. Last episode, we crashed the raffle and proceeded, I think, to murder just about everyone that we came across. And nothing has changed in that regard, other than we just picked up the machine gun, which is, I assume, going to help us murder everyone faster. Now, me personally, I don't really care for the machine gun as much as I probably should. Oh, he could still be alright. It shoots really fast, it looks really cool, but personally, I don't find it to be all that accurate, and you can't hold that much ammo for it. At least not without some of the gear we'll pick up later. It just doesn't really do it for me. I kind of honestly prefer the carbine, which we'll get here in a little while. It is semi-automatic, but it is much, much more powerful. But it is still an upgrade from the pistol. So we've got ourselves another turret. Just not as effective over long ranges. I guess it's not too bad, but I just don't like it. Not one of my favorites. We are going rooftop to rooftop in Columbia. You can see it's kind of foggy or smoky. Maybe as the result of our antics down at the raffle, who knows? Booker's just kind of making a habit out of ruining everything for everybody, I think. Yet another turret. Hey, that is just awful when you hip-fire it at long range. You may also notice that earlier in this episode we picked up a magnetic shield that was given to us by... feel comfortable calling them twins. I don't think that'll ruin anything for you guys. But the mysterious duo that's been kind of following us around and actually delivered us to Columbia, they provided us with a shield, which is that yellow bar you see above my health bar. Basically, it's like health regen up to a point. As long as you don't get damage to the point where that disappears, it will regenerate Any damage you take beyond the ability of your shield, of course, will start to damage your health. You will notice it is significantly shorter than the other bar. You can actually upgrade that, and that's usually the first thing I do. So as soon as we find the upgrades, we will start heading in that direction. Also switch to my pistol because, surprisingly, I'm low on machine gun ammo. Let's go back the way we came, and I think we're going to want to drop through one of these windows. Yep. Alright, so now we can add breaking and entering to our resume.
Otis works up at the lodge part-time. He took this box from one of their secret ceremonies. And I know for sure there is something dear inside. Problem is, Otis is more fool than not. He didn't bother to also secure a key from the Feathered Brothers to open the damn thing.
It's all right. I'm not like the rest. I'm a progressive.
Alright, well, looks like we lost a little karma with that one. The chest being referred to in that voxophone is actually upstairs. I took a good long look at it. The key for it is actually inside the next area, although I don't know where. But I'm sure if you spend some time looking for it, you can find it. You can actually backtrack and open that chest. I know I've found it before, but I kind of doubt I'm going to be able to find it this playthrough, but I guess we'll see. Looks like we've busted into another home. Where's the fun in that, Bioshock? Every situation needs to be a fight.
More Negroes to do. How they treat them. It was bound to happen.
Violence is not a foregone conclusion.
Ah! Oh!
Tim, the one they're after. Go. They're looking for you.
Police! We're in need of your assistance.
They're here!
Shh. Keep your voice down.
All right, let's move on.
Alright, so we're making pretty good progress with the pistol. One thing that you'll see, I think... Oh, that wasn't very nice at all. Is that this game actually kind of keeps track of the challenges for you, which I actually really like in games. I am kind of a huge collector of trophies. It just kind of adds value to the game, in my opinion, so they are something that I care about, although I understand some people don't. If I can get it, I probably have gotten it. So for a game that looks like we've got ourselves a fireman, make a run for it. I don't want to be near him when he explodes. Looks like he managed to break our shield. It does recharge pretty quickly, though. There we go. One cool thing about the machine gun is that as you fire it, it actually heats up. You can see kind of the barrel glowing red there. It's just a neat little effect. We've got ourselves a Wild West show, along with a turret. Check that out. And a voxophone.
Comstock came by the wagon at dawn. Man was just transfixed by my trophy scalps. Asked about the white ones there. I said, well, sir, if your quarry dwells in the jungle and beds down with the local color, why split hairs? Not a chuckle out of him. Either he ain't seen a man go native, or maybe too many. Anyhow, now it's got me hunting down this Daisy Fitzroy. Hope he don't expect me to stuff and mount her. Yeah.
That character is actually pretty cool. You never meet him, of course, but you do kind of get to understand him through the voxophones. At first, of course, he comes across as very abrasive and very racist. But actually, as the game progresses, he kind of changes his outlook and actually ends up seeming to be a pretty decent individual. I'll try to pick up as many of those as I can. I don't know where they all are, but I will try my best. Alright, forget what this place is called. Kind of reminds me of like the Fraternal Order of the Raven. Thank you, Bioshock. But kind of like a elk lodge, if you will, for people that like birds and don't like anyone else. It is a very interesting area. Go ahead and take that. Probably should have washed it first. That is a statue of John Wilkes Booth, who is the man who assassinated President Lincoln, whom these guys actually worship. So, in other words, I'm not going to feel bad about just murdering them all. That guy's running for it. He almost made it. Nice hat.
And when the angel Columbia gave unto the founders the tools to build a new Eden, they did so without hesitation. For 85 years they prepared the way of the Lord. But when the great apostate came, he brought war with him, and the fields of Eden were soaked with the blood of brothers. The only emancipation he had to offer was death.
There is a painting of John Wilkes Booth actually assassinating Lincoln, who has horns and glowing red eyes. So I guess we know how they feel about that. But the rest of the Brotherhood, they dress in robes and they have pointy hats. Really, the only difference between them and the KKK is the color of their outfits. These guys are going to be in dark blue. Again, not going to feel bad about sharing a little diversity with them. See if we can interrupt their meeting.
The prophet led us into Peking, where we demonstrated.
Let's try out some Devil's Kiss as well. Some of that. If I remember correctly, I think these guys are actually mostly melee. I know that a lot of them have guns. It's kind of an unfair fight, but I'm kind of okay with it. It looked like he tripped over the carpet. Tripped over his robe. As I was saying in a previous episode, those vigors can kind of take the place of your grenades. Can kind of help you reach enemies behind cover.
What exactly was the great emancipator emancipating the Negro from? From his daily bread, from the nobility of honest work, from wealthy patrons who sponsored them from cradle to grave, from clothing and shelter.
It's actually our first upgrade.
And what have they done with their freedom? Why, go to Finkton and you shall find out. No animal is born free, except the white man. And it is our burden to care for the rest of creation.
Alright, so we have picked up our first upgrade. As you may have noticed, as soon as you pick it up, you can choose between health, salts, or armor. Honestly, I mostly dump it into armor. As soon as you do, you'll notice that the yellow bar up above expanded by a little bit. It takes quite a bit of work, but you can get it up about equal to your health bar. We've got a dollar bill vending machine. This usually sells ammo and health. I'm doing okay on both of those things, so we'll just continue our friendly rampage. Go ahead and push this out of the way, and I think behind here is actually our first piece of gear. Yep. Alright, so gear, I don't want to call it like armor because it doesn't typically give you any defensive boost. It just kind of, it's almost like perks for your character. There are pants, boots, shirts, and hats, I believe. Lots of different kinds, and they are fairly well hidden, some of them.
Sweet Mother of Columbia, why do we worship three symbols in your memory? We worship the sword, so that we might avenge you. We worship the raven, so that we might cover the city with eyes. We worship the coffin, because it symbolizes the weight of our faith.
Right, and that is our second type of unique enemy, a crow. We'll see how this goes. They are kind of tricky. Try to lay down some vigor traps. Failed miserably. Let's try again. There we go. And he walked right into it. Perfect. Oh, that wasn't bad at all.
What's this? Some new kind of vigor? That's a hell of a thing.
to summon murderous crows. Fold and release to create a nest trap.
Alright, so we just got our third vigor, murder of crows, after murdering some crows. Very helpful against large groups. You can see it kind of stops them in their tracks and damages them. Plus, really kind of chews them up. It's kind of an ugly vigor. But that is about going to do it for this episode now that we're through this area. So I'm going to cut my commentary here. But thank you for watching, and until next time, this is Taco Algorithm and his new hat signing off.
Bet I can get to Monument Island from that station.